Okay, so this is what I've managed to get for my money. I will go back for it when I'm a bit more settled, but yeah, it has just gone 2:30, and this is the start of my 24-hour £10 $10 store challenge. Alright, so it is super hot, really hot even in the shade, and when the sun goes behind the cloud it's really muggy. Now I want to try and not sweat too much, because if there's any sweat that's not dried in my clothes when I go to bed tonight, that will cool down and make me really chilly. Anyway, I'm about a mile from where I parked. I've kind of gone from like the residential area now on a footpath, and yeah, just gradually getting further and further away from civilization. Anyway, I'm going to carry on walking for a mile or two and then see if I can find somewhere that's a suitable spot for the night. Brilliant. Alright, where am I? Footpath closed. Oh, right where I need to go. Never mind. There's always a way through somewhere. Right, this is not to drink, I must add. This is purely to try and cool me down. I am sweltering. Actually, I'm going to put my clip on, I think. It's a bit slidey. Oh. God, it's gross. But, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Ah. Okay. Right, I think I underestimated the sun. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I've arrived at where I kind of had found on a map. I reckon I walked for about 2 hours, so it's a good couple of miles. Anyway, it's much more sheltered, which would be better for a fire, probably better for a shelter. But I did want to be able to watch the sunset, and that's back round there. So I don't know. I'll probably cook dinner here. I don't know whether this is where I'll do my shelter. Anyway, so what I bought. Now, of course, it's called the $10 store survival challenge in America. We're in the UK. So it's in pounds. I've just, £10. It's about the same at the moment anyway. Now, I didn't have a Poundland by me. I went instead to like another discount store, but oh my god, how hard it was to find stuff for under £1. So I've done it with the rules that you buy 10 items and that each one can't be any more than £1 each. That was difficult. Haven't got some of the things I really wanted, but anyway, so I'll do food first. So first one is just like a dehydrated kind of dried pasta and mac and cheese, so probably gonna have that tomorrow for reasons I'll say in a moment. Got a pack of 8 Rocky bars, now 7, love my chocolate, and some beans. Now these are actually reduced, they're normally £1.89 at the moment. That's, everything is so much money. But anyway, I couldn't find a mess tin or a pet dish or anything that I could use to boil my water in that was under £1. So I'm going to have to use the bean can. So I'll have these tonight, and then I can use that tomorrow to heat my water up to do the pasta. Water. So probably the most important thing. Multi-packs of water, £1.19. So couldn't have them. I could either buy a little bottle. Oh, you asked. Sorry, wasn't sure if you were still recording. Anyway, so I can have like a little bottle for like 69p or something, or a pack of 4 flavoured waters for 99p. So I've gone for apple and raspberry, and I do remember seeing somebody else do one of these, and they actually bought this stuff by mistake, and it was all right. I mean, it's going to make my pasta taste funny, but it's okay. So that's the meals done. Okay, so for shelter, no ground sheets, no tarps, no kind of rubble sacks. They had nothing, or anything they did have was too expensive. So I've gone for a decorating sheet. I mean, it's really thin, but it's 4 by 5 meters, so I can always double it up, I guess. I'm going to use that for the roof of my shelter and that. And then for the ground, I've got some heavy duty. I mean, they say they're heavy duty, I don't feel it. Dustbin liners. I'll put these down to sleep on, and I'm probably going to sleep in one as well. I wanted some cordage. Well, once again, they didn't have any string, they didn't have any garden twine. I did find some wool. That was $1.29, so I couldn't have that. I then found some shoelaces, but of course they were, I think, in total 2 meters, which probably wasn't enough. But then I found this crabbing line, 99p. So it's got 25 meters of quite strong cord on it. It's also got a little net bag. I'm not going to use it to do crabbing because I don't need to. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to use to tie everything together. I also found, whilst I was walking here, ribbon off of a helium balloon. Someone's obviously set one off. Terrible for nature, but might actually be good for me this time. It's really strong, a couple of meters long, so I'm going to use that. Okay, pack of 4 lighters. Haven't got a torch or anything. There wasn't any, but also your eyes adjust to the dark really well, so I don't think I'm going to need one. I'm hoping that I'll be able to see enough, and then when it's that dark that I can't, I go to sleep anyway, and I can, you know, I'll just use these for me fire and stuff. I'm not sure I've done a good thing here. They didn't have any kitchen knives, they didn't have any camping knives, they didn't have any knives in the DIY section. They had nothing. This is the only thing I could find, 99p. It's got some other kind of tools and bits on it. I think it will be terrible. Who knows? I mean, I kind of, you know, I want to cut some branches and stuff. I don't think it's going to be up to the job, but you never know. That's all I could find. And then lastly, a bit of a weird one, but I found these ultra absorbent cloths. My thinking is that I want to go for a swim later. Haven't got a towel because obviously you're only allowed stuff that's on your back. So one of them will at least dry me. I can roll some up and sort of use as a bit of a softer thing to put my head on tonight. And also I'm going to cut one up, and I reckon there'll be a really good kind of fire starting material. So we will see. And that's it really. I did find a little friend on the way. Scrap that. So I found a really tiny sweet crab. It was dead. And I was going to call it Crispy the Crab, and it's going to be my mate. But it looks like I've crushed Crispy the Crab with all my stuff in the bag, so that's not happening. But I did find Wilson's smaller brother, Smilson. So I'm going to put a face on him later, and he can be my little buddy. Anyway, that's it. Going to, I think, start building a little fire to get the first meal knocked off the list. All right. Scissors just broke. I don't know what trees these are. I'm not very good on my tree knowledge, but when you snap them in half, they're kind of like, there's loads of threads, so I was using them to kind of try and hack through them. But yeah, so just gonna have to make do now. So I was actually very lucky. I went up in the woods up the top, and I think where it's windy and that, there's a lot of trees come down and someone's chopped them up a little bit, so there's loads of branches everywhere, so that's not really a problem. It's just cutting them to the size and that I want. And my God, I wish they'd had a camping knife or something. Or even a little saw would have been amazing, but that shop had nothing, so never mind. Alright, so I have finished the shelter. I feel like it's the worst shelter in the world. I don't know, but it's pretty sturdy, and if there's a shower or anything, it will keep me dry. So if there's torrential rain, I will probably drown. Anyway, what I have learnt from this is that bin bags are awful, absolutely terrible, way too thin, and the decorating sheet was even worse. It was too big, but also way too thin. Like, it snagged on the branch and completely ripped. So what I'm probably going to do tonight is kind of ruffle that up a bit, and that can go on the floor to try and give me a bit of protection from the stones. But yeah, here we go. So I found some large rocks, and obviously someone else has had a fire, so I've squirreled away some of their charred wood they left behind, and just give you a little look around. Fire pit. Just dawned on me, don't actually have a spoon. Because I didn't buy anything like that. How'd I do? Nearly 8 o'clock. I've got like an hour and it will be dark, or it'll be, you know, sort of half dark. Tide's coming in. I think the tide is about midnight, and looking at sort of the high tide line on here, camp should be fine. I don't think it's a particularly high tide, so should keep dry. Fire's going. Milson's okay. Oh no, your name's Milson, is it? Sorry mate. Smilson is alright. Just getting the fire going. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it going all night or not. Probably not. I don't like people to know where I am when I'm wild camping. I get the heebie-jeebies quite easily. I watched a lot of programs when I was a kid about people being murdered in the woods and stuff. And then I saw Blair Witch as well when I was a teenager. So my imagination runs absolute riot. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do my dinner soon. So one thing I was thinking is that doing it by the coast, I think you could actually not get food. There's samphire over there, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure. I tried a bit, it tasted like it. There's been loads of blackberries, there's seaweed. I think maybe next year I might try one either a bit longer or without food. I don't know, and just forage. But I need to read up on my stuff first. Anyway, time to stick the beans on, I think, and yeah, then get in my shelter for probably not the best night's sleep I've ever had. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe I just am out for the count, but I doubt it. Oh, I can hear voices. Okay, so we've had dinner, got the beans hot. I've only managed about half a can, can't really see very much. Wasn't overly hungry, surprisingly. So yeah, so what's the time? It's only 9 o'clock, but I'm probably going to settle down soon. It's cloudy at the moment, so there's no point staying up trying to photograph any meteors. I might as well get my head down, see if I can get a couple of hours sleep, and then if I wake up in the middle of the night and the cloud is gone, then I can do some photography in that then. Alright, so it's morning. I think it's about 6:30, maybe 6:45. Didn't have the greatest night's sleep, probably slept for about 2 hours in total. I was a bit chilly most of the night, probably could have done with a sweatshirt, but I wanted to keep it genuine as to what I'd be wearing if it was summer, and that would have been just a t-shirt. And also because I kind of wrapped myself up in the bags and that, if I did produce any heat, it then just caused condensation, so it was quite damp. Anyway, I managed to see quite a few of the meteorite shower last night. Got one on camera, I think. Anyway, woke up this morning like, right, brilliant, I can get out. Sun's just starting to rise over there. I can start to get a good fire going and start to kind of dry off that damp feeling. And then the heavens opened and it's literally poured down for about an hour and a quarter, really heavy. Somehow managed to keep the fire going though, and it has stopped now. So now I'm drying out again. But yeah, I'm glad it's morning. It felt like a long night. I don't always sleep very well outside anyway, and just not the most comfortable scenario. Okay, I'm just gonna sit and dry out. So remember Small Wilson? Smilson? He got an upgrade. Got him a little sofa. Right, Smilson? Yeah. He's a happy little guy. Oh, anyway. Bit damp, but you're alright. Okay, so having the mac and cheese for breakfast. Using the bin can to heat my water. And it's doing alright. It's quite hot. So I don't know whether I'll get it up to boiling. And then I'm just going to sort of chuck it all in the bag and hope it holds. I'm using them white cloths to almost use it like a tea towel to be able to pick it up. And they have been probably one of the better things. They were absolutely fantastic for starting the fire and keeping it going if it got any sort of, low points to it. I've used them to move stuff around that's hot. I slept on one my head, and I've got one left which I'll use as a towel later. But yeah, brilliant. I'll buy these again. Smoke always follows you, doesn't it? shit. Don't do that. Punctured the bag. Fuck that. Damn, it's going so well. Okay. Well, salvaged quite a lot of it, so it was actually a bit of a godsend that I pierced the bag and it went in the can, because I needed to put it back on the fire. It wasn't doing at all, just sort of in that water. So I've got it boiled in for a good sort of 5 to 10 minutes, and yeah, it's good. It's done. Now I've just got to eat it with this. Don't know what this is going to taste like. Remember, this is cooked in flavoured water. Wow, it's unusual. Do you know what? If that was with plain water, that'd be really good. As it is, it's the strangest combination ever. But it'll do. It's hot, it's cooked, it's food. Alright, so camp's all packed away. I've got a few hours, so the area that I'm in is apparently really good for fossils. So I'm going to spend an hour or two before I start heading back, seeing if I can find anything. Time for a swim, I think. Actually lovely in there. A bit chilly at first, but okay, yeah. Beautiful. In a way, it's a shame it's, you know, a couple of miles from where you can park a car, but I think that's probably what makes it so lovely. Otherwise everybody would be here, and there's not another soul around. I did nearly skinny dip, but there is a footpath that runs there, and it'd just be my luck as I'm exiting the water that someone will walk past a dead dog. Anyway, do some more swimming.